The NBA Season 8 2021 games and highlights coming up next. NBA Season 8 2021 matchups: New Orleans Pelicans 5-9, Minnesota Timberwolves 3-1. NBA Season 8 2021 matchups coming up next: Houston Rockets 5-9, Dallas Mavericks 8-7. NBA Season 8 2021 matchups coming up next: Los Angeles Lakers 1-4, Chicago Bulls 7-8. NBA Season 8 2021 matchups coming up next: Denver Nuggets 8-7, Phoenix Suns 8-6.
Good evening from Philadelphia and the city of brotherly love. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bulls guard Jay Williams. And here on South Broad Street, Jay, the spectrum used to reverberate. You can say the same now for Wells Fargo Center.
And you know what, Ed? All you need is a little bit of patience and a couple of top NBA draft picks, and you find guys like Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid that will forever change the face of your franchise.
These days, it feels like 1983 in South Philly.
What's up, bro?
Utah begins the game with the basketball.
Happy New Year.
Runners good there.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Welcome to the stream. Happy New Year's. I haven't been able to get Ben Simmons to start. Alright, I'm gonna change something. Everybody's talking about Danny.
Joe, can you please turn mic higher? I can't hear you,
Coach
please.
is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Harris. Rudy Gobert able to recover with the block. Utah ball.
Just erasing mistake.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for two.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there.
I
I'm okay
wanna
with that
listen
early
your
foul.
voice also.
Knocks down the first.
Yeah, welcome to the stream. I haven't adjusted my levels of the game. I haven't adjusted my levels of the game and the level of my voice. I have to fix that. So if the game content sounds a little louder than my voice, I haven't adjusted volumes yet. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Yes, I remember you. What's going on, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Okay, you there? You there? Okay. I'm here with you. I've been on a losing streak. Ben Simmons has been down. I haven't been able to get Ben Simmons to start. Ben Simmons has been down on my team. And we have lost the last 2 or 3 games. So we got to do something today. We got to do something today. We've been
In
losing.
here, in Goop, bro.
Yeah, man. What's up? What's been up?
Goes
I've
2
been
for
losing,
2.
My last 2 games, game 16, Orlando beat
Across the timeline, it's Conley.
Let's go,
Looking to make
Philly.
something happen.
So we gotta see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Screen coming. Down to 5 on the 24. Joel Embiid tips it.
Yeah.
That's a 24-second violation.
Get it out of here. There we go. All right. All right, we gotta get Nick Young in. That's the guy we're gonna. That's gonna be my starter.
Sixers have the basketball.
Okay, Nick Young.
Cleans it up. The follow won't go either. Joel Embiid missed his first. That one goes.
Just remember that old saying here. You're only as good as your last shot, and your last shot went in, so it's time to get going.
Conley
We gotta get a win.
to
We gotta
Joe
get a win.
Ingles.
We've been losing too much. Last
Nothing
3.
going here on that
Come on,
drive.
we gotta change it around.
Joe Ingles to Conley. Here's a chance from long range and knocks it down. And Jay, so much better to get that three-point shot than one instead from 22 feet.
There is no doubt about it, Ed. This is the best isolation weapon versus lockdown defenders ever made.
So tough to guard on that trip. To Danny Green. Young on the drive, but a shot won't go. The follow won't go either. Mitchell with the basketball. Leads one.
That's all right.
To Conley. Sets him up. Flushes down the slam.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
And a chance coming up at the line.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
First one, count it.
All right, so I'm going to use Tyrese Maxey and Nick Young. He's one of our free agents.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Tyrese Maxey to set everything off.
Conley into the front court. Leads just a point. Joe Ingles. Deep two there, won't go.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter, but the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
Now preparing to shoot at the line. Nick Young, couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. And hits the first free throw.
There we go, Nick Young.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Utah with the possession. To Joe Ingles. Here comes the screen. Surveys the floor. Has a chance. Mitchell's shot comes up empty. Harris to Embiid. And finishes strong.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Mitchell with it up top. Down 3. To Gobert. Fires the 3. Buries it. On the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
From the painted area, won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Okay, so we're up.
Free throw up and good. And the three-point play puts them up early in this one. Mitchell with the basketball. He'll run the offense to Joe Ingles. Down low for Gobert. Shot from the lane won't go. To Danny Green. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Here's a tip for your defense. You can't give him that much space. You have to push up into his personal space and make him play the majority of the possessions with his back to the basket. Because if you allow him to open up, there's no stopping.
To Danny Green. Beyond the arc for 3. And drills it. Jay, spacing can be a beautiful thing.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Rudy Gobert. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Cruises inside for 2.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Conley. Had a chance, but it's no good. Up top, it's Young. Up 6. A drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down. Donovan Mitchell with the rock to Conley. Down low, it's Mitchell. Stuffs it down with authority. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Slams it down. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Mitchell guarded by Young. To Conley. Nothing going here on that drive. 5 to shoot for Utah. Conley with a shot comes up empty. Foot was on the line. It's a turnover. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Clarkson with the basketball. Down 6. To Gobert. Finish that.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Count it.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
It's no good. Great defense. They get it down to Gobert. Slams it down.
The true measure of Rudy Gobert comes on the defensive end. He was all-NBA defensive first team and was tied for the lowest opponent field goal percentage at 43%. You ain't getting by that.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
First free throw is good. Able to convert on both free throws. Jazz pick it up.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
And Jay, they call the foul.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Fires the three. Can't connect. Knock loose. Jazz have it. Mike Scott sends it away. Knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
Ed, I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
Substitution being made in this one. Clarkson. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. To Nick Young. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Lets it fly from long range. Seth Curry off the mark. Good defense. Jumper's good.
You know, he may not show up in your feed all the time with the crazy highlights, but he's one of the most underrated creative shot makers we have in this game.
Rudy Gobert pins it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Drills the 3.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Seth Curry goes to the left side. Nothing going here on that drive. To Seth Curry. From long range. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Oh, not a good pass there as it's stolen by Utah. Clarkson to Gobert. Driving right to the basket. Rudy Gobert. He's now 4 for 6.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Shifting gears, here come some substitutions. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. To Howard. Rudy Gobert with a piece.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
And count the basket inside.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
Rudy Gobert snatching it out of the air.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
He cruises in for 2. Too easy.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Seth Curry to Howard. Knock loose. Jazz pick it up. To Clarkson. Short jumper won't fall.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you... Oh! And he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Time to shuffle things up. Clarkson. Philadelphia with the basketball. Harris to Seth Curry. For 3. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it. And they call it.
Just a tic-tac foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 3. First foul in the last 2 minutes.
Here comes the screen. Almost, but no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Crowder matched up with Seth Curry. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Tobias Harris has got 2 shots coming. A career 81% free throw shooter. First one goes down. And he makes them both. Clarkson with the basketball. His team on top by 13. Layup goes down. Well done.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Gobert. Huge block. Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
And stuffs it home. He'll let one fly from half court. That ends the first quarter. The Jazz in command of this one. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Seth Curry to Embiid. Joel Embiid. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field. Conley into the front court. The lead is 15. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there, but let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
Finishing inside the paint on that one. Utah's got it. Conley guarded by Seth Curry. Oh, they called the foul, Jay.
A simple touch foul.
That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Conley, work it down to Favors. Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
He connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Across the timeline, it's Conley. Minute gone by in this second quarter. To Clarkson. Fine to shoot. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
To Clarkson. To Conley. Joel Embiid with the block. That's his third block this evening. Sixers control it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
To Seth Curry. 4-3. He still can't find his range from deep. It's no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Mike Conley trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 81% free throw shooter. And he can't convert the free throw. And the slam.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Amir Johnson rejects it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Couple of cracks at the line now.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Mike Scott at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 76% from the line. Knocks down the first. Two for 2 on that trip. Conley into the front court. The advantage is 13 points. Mike Conley, now 4 for 9.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Conley into the front court. His guy's up by 15.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Took it down the lane, but it's no good. Harris. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Off the iron. No good. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to lead the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Conley. Nothing going here on that drive. Conley to Joe Ingles. Here comes the screen. Missed that one. You want to see more, knowing the defender was still right there. Gets to the basket and scores.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Conley to Gobert. Joe Ingles to Conley. The Jazz with 4 in the shot clock. Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
To Danny Green. Fires the 3. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
To Tobias Harris. Nothing going here on that drive. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
To Joe Ingles. Mitchell on the drive, but he can't finish. To Tobias Harris. To Danny Green. That's out of bounds. Last touch by a Sixer. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Number 8, Jordan Clarkson. Into the game for the Philadelphia 76ers. Number 15.
Well, you can't do that.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 3.
Conley to Gobert. Joel Embiid sends it away. Fourth this contest.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Joe Ingles to Conley. Here comes the screen. Trying to cash in. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
Bread and butter, and there are few that can do it better off the screen.
A drive through the paint, but a shot misses. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Jazz have the ball. Probing the defense. Can't connect.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Oh, emphatic slam.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs to guard on the next play down the court.
To Conley. Gobert. Conley. And the rebound taken down by Harris. Not done yet. Gobert with the rebound. Across the timeline, it's Conley. The lead is 12. And 2 points to the board.
And that footwork was absolutely off the charts. Just that space, splash.
To Danny Green. Embiid. Beyond the arc for 3. Not that time. He missed it. It's Jazz ball. To Joe Ingles. Probing the defense. The shot by Conley, no good. Harris, knocked loose. Jazz have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
And too much contact.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2. To Danny Green. A good defense by the Jazz as they come away with it.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked. Get that ball back.
Harris, knocked loose. Rudy Gobert swats it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
And he throws it down. Rudy Gobert with the slam. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Short jumper misses. Conley into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Oh, had him going there for a second. he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Donovan Mitchell, a couple of free throws on the way. Hasn't missed yet. First try, no good. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Now whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. To Nick Young. Knocked loose. Jazz pick it up. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
Donovan Mitchell has got 2 shots coming. He's been steady, 83% at the line. Nope, first one does not go. Knocks down the second after missing the first.
Good shot, good shot.
Sixers have the basketball.
I got him. Here we go.
And the rebound taken down by the Jazz. Clarkson with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. Rudy Gobert able to recover with the block. That's out. Last touch by Rudy Gobert. To Seth Curry. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Amir Johnson at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 67%. And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Utah ball. To Clarkson. Gobert. Young into the front court. Under a minute to go before halftime. Howard. Jazz have it. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Donovan Mitchell at the line for a chance at a 3-point play, shooting 75% so far tonight. Free throw good by Mitchell. A three-point play, and the Jazz extend the lead. Harris knocked loose. Jazz pick it up. Mitchell defended by Nick Young. Dwight Howard tips it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
The shot almost. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. And now they'll play Hack-a-Dwight and send Howard to the line with the intentional foul.
Everybody in the building understands he's been a known target. Looks like they're hacking early in this one.
Dwight Howard, a couple of free throws on the way. 56% for his career. First try at the line, no good. Missed the second one as well. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Jazz have built a comfortable lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets. For the Utah Jazz, the 76ers did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. These are the guys getting buckets. For the Philadelphia 76ers,
Game drive. Bench points.
the Philadelphia 76ers were not given a chance to relax in that opening half. Even when the starters were on the bench, the reserves were maintaining the lead and earning their playing time.
Player of the half.
Gobert has been a defensive force in this matchup. If he's not stealing the ball, he's swatting it. And that combination has made for an incredible half.
Who was gold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here's our top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Rudy Gobert sends it away. Conley into the front court.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Can't miss those. Mitchell with it up top. His guys lead here. Early stages, third quarter. Slam dunk, Derek Favors.
Clean up in aisle 4. Repeat, clean up in aisle 4. If there's anyone from the weak side that wants to participate in this game defensively, please raise your hand.
Harris. Fires the three. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
Look, I get it. Being down sucks. But you can't just start haphazardly playing defense and committing silly fouls. Play this game with purpose.
Derek Favors. He's got 2 shots coming. For his career, 66%. First free throw is good. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Sixers call for time as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. To Embiid. Joel Embiid. With that, he's 5 for 9.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Joe Ingles. To Conley. Spinning shot. Won't fall. To Favors. Joel Embiid pins it. Ooh, 5 now. Joe Ingles. No, I missed a short one there. Embiid. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. Looking to make something happen. Ingles shot off the mark. Danny Green. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
A shot no good on the drive by Conley. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Conley to Gobert. Nice finish at the rim.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
Nice hands, big fella. It's Embiid. Good for 2.
No. See, this is where I lose my mind. If you have that height, you got to throw that one down with authority. Send a message.
Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start dragging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
And a rim rocker. Joel Embiid. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Favors to Joe Ingles. Five to shoot for Utah. With the step back.
For any fans out there that thought Donovan Mitchell didn't put any stock into the fact that he was not the Rookie of the Year, you are wrong. Donovan Mitchell was that type of guy that uses everything in his power to fuel him to be the best on the court each and every day. If that was a campaign he built with Adidas, rookie question mark, it doesn't matter. That perceived failure is something that will only make this kid better tomorrow.
To Danny Green. Count the basket at the rim.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. To Joe Ingles. Has a look. Add 2 points to the board.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
To Embiid. Scores from the post.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Conley into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Now a steal by Philly.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
The assist from number 15.
To Favors. Joe Ingles. Here comes the screen. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Mitchell's shot, no good. To Danny Green. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. To Clarkson.
The Utah Jazz. Number 8, Jordan Clarkson.
To Joe Ingles. Lets it fly from long range, and Green able to pull down the rebound. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Oh, that's how it's done.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To Clarkson. Here comes the screen. Curling inside. Joel Embiid with a piece. Incredible. 6 tonight. From long range. Shakes free and hits.
This game comes down to micro adjustments. Either mismatches, ball screens, slipping action on those ball screens, quick fades to threes. It just seems like you're actually finding your rhythm offensively.
To Clarkson. The Jazz with 4 on the shot clock. Mitchell. Tough shot. Well defended. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
To Clarkson. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Throws it down.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Utah with the possession. To Gobert. Another chance. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Full throttle. Right to the basket for the deuce.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Favors. Clarkson. Mitchell. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. For 3. And the rebound taken in by the Jazz. Mitchell with the basketball. It's an 8-point lead. To Joe Ingles. 4-3. The rebound taken down by the Sixers. To Tobias Harris. Swings it to Tobias Harris. Going to launch beyond the arc. That one off the mark. It's no good. And one. Embiid, good through the contact. And going to the line for a chance at a 3-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Joel Embiid trying to cash in on a 3-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. Off the mark on his free throw. Conley into the front court. Up by 6. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Missed a wide open look. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
He gets it.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. Leads 4. Easy pass to the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Sixers control it. Here's a chance from long range. Hits it. And the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
It never would have been a foul if you didn't give him space. Your job defensively is to stay attached to him at all times. Force him to put the ball on the ground and drive and make a shot over the trees below.
Count that one. And a 4-point trip. Conley into the front court. Lead is 2. Dwight Howard snatching it out of the air. Make that 7. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
D. Favors may never become the star that some of us expected him to be for a guy taking 3rd overall in the 2010 NBA draft. But what he has done is build himself a very solid NBA career by being a strong, low-post presence. That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. Off the mark on the first free throw. Oh, he missed them both. That's out. Last touch by Mike Conley. To Embiid. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Derek Favors. Huge block. 8 now. Changes coming from both sides right now.
For Philadelphia, number 34, Nick Young. Entering the game for the Utah Jazz, number 24.
Conley into the front court. Counting down toward a minute to play in this 3rd quarter.
In the 3rd quarter.
And he finishes at the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Count the basket inside.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Fires the three. Message received. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Sixers have the basketball. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Joel Embiid at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He struggled so far. And he misses that one free throw. Across the timeline, it's Conley. They lead it, 4-point game. It goes down.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
3 quarters complete. Jazz had the lead. It's Utah basketball as we begin the 4th quarter. And that halftime lead, it was cut down in the 3rd.
And just because the numbers on the scoreboard say that you're winning doesn't mean that the feeling on the court implies that. This team is gaining momentum. If you don't do something to gain your momentum back, they're going to come back and win this game.
Clarkson to Conley. 5 on the shot clock. Conley off the mark. To Embiid. Oh, nice find for the basket.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
Conley. To Clarkson. From the outside, no good.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Oh, he had it. Dwight Howard with the block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
To Nick Young. Finishing inside the paint on that one. Utah's got it. Conley picked up by Seth Curry. Seth Curry rejects it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
And count the basket.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Conley into the front court. All even here in the 4th. Down low to Favors. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Derek Favors at the line for 2 shots. He's perfect from the line so far. First one goes down.
For the 76ers, number 1, Mike Scott. Into the game for the Utah Jazz,
So he hits the first, misses the second. Deep left corner. Has a chance. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. To Conley. To Allen. 5 seconds to shoot. To Conley. Shot clock violation. To Howard. And draws the foul.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
And he connects on the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Conley into the front court. His guys now down by a point. To Joe Ingles. Conley. And knocks it down. Jay, the defender, tough to gamble that time beyond the arc.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
Knocked loose. That's out. Last touch by Mike Conley. To Danny Green. Beyond the arc for three. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
To Tobias Harris. Fires the three. Cleans it up. Ingles with the rebound. Across the timeline, it's Conley. 2-point advantage. To Joe Ingles. Sixers with the rebound. Knocks it down from mid-range. Conley into the front court. All tied up. Just underway in this fourth quarter. Got it from the line. Short jumper misses. Lets it fly from long range, and it's good.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
Jazz have the ball. Here comes the screen. Sizing up the defense. Conley guarded by Howard. Dwight Howard sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Smothering D. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Backcourt violation is called. Favors to Conley. And the two. Rudy Gobert cashes in.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Harris to Danny Green. Superman, Dwight Howard. Now 3 for 9.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. The screen sets him up for 2.
Oh my goodness! Someone please patch me into the arena intercom. Clean up on aisle 3.
To Tobias Harris. From long range. He was all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Gobert. Got it.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
And scores.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Conley into the front court. Our score all even here in the fourth quarter. Joel Embiid swats it. Been a brick wall. 10 blocks on the night.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Gobert, not that time. Embiid to Danny Green for 3. Now that's a contest. To Joe Ingles. Lays it up and in.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive. But when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. Leads a bucket. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Knocked it away.
Oh! Some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir.
You open, baby. Shoot.
Trying to cash in. Wide open look. Won't go. To Tobias Harris. And counted at the rim.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
The true measure of Rudy Gobert comes on the defensive end. He was all-NBA defensive first team and was tied for the lowest opponent field goal percentage at 43%. You ain't getting by that.
Conley into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Work it down to Favors. Slam dunk, Derek Favors. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Harris to Embiid. And he buries it.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Tobias Harris. And the basket good at the rim.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Screen coming. Conley guarded by Howard. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
That's no good. Harris to Embiid. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Joel Embiid trying to cash in on the three-point play. He's struggled so far. Free throw try, off the mark. Clarkson with the basketball. His group now down 2.
2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter.
Rebound cleared by Philly. The Sixers with 4 to shoot. 4-3.
That's his third personal foul. Team foul. 40, Utah Jazz.
Knocks down the first. Second and 3 is good. Off the mark. And a putback slam.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Clarkson with the basketball. The deficit is 6. The drive, right to the basket, right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Five on the shot clock for Philadelphia. Going to launch beyond the arc. Clarkson with the basketball. His guys trail now by 4. To Favors. Shot from in close, no good. Here's a chance from long range, trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Philadelphia with the basketball. To Embiid. Takes stock of the floor. To Embiid. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Jazz will take a timeout. They'll need a quick shot, and then likely a quick foul in what is now a 2-possession game. Time for some new personnel into the game. Mitchell. Off the mark. No good. And now they'll get the intentional foul. Free throws coming up with 15 seconds to go.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning the timeout.
First one, count it. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. And it's rejected.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
And hits the first free throw. he makes them both. Desperation shot here from half court. The Sixers are victorious as they take care of business at home. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers took this down to the wire before getting the win. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. The Jazz lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. When a team goes back and review the film, coach will probably find areas of improvement. But one thing he can't say is they should have shot better. They did a great job of scoring in this game. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored. For the Utah Jazz,
Game track. Assists.
I was really impressed by the way these teams shared the ball. As you can see in these highlights, the ball movement was spectacular. It can't be said enough. The extra pass can make all of the difference.
Player of the game.
Joel Embiid played the role of facilitator today, and no one is more happy than his teammates. This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. These are the top 3 plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's what's coming up for the Philadelphia 76ers. That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.